Good evening. Welcome to News at Night for Friday, January the 29th. I'm Colette Linden.
I'm Craig Huckerby. We have a half-decent weekend shaping up. It's next weekend. That's a big question mark. I'll give you all those details coming up.
Premier Doug Ford was joined by Christine Elliott, Deputy Premier and Minister of Health, Solicitor General Sylvia Jones, and Dr. David Williams, Chief Medical Officer of Health. They made an announcement regarding mandatory COVID-19 testing for international travelers.
Through our voluntary airport testing pilot program, we've already identified 5 variant cases. These are 5 cases that could have otherwise gone unnoticed. 5 cases that could have infected others. I welcome the new measures announced by the federal government today. We've been calling for stronger measures at the border for months. And it's great to see that Prime Minister Trudeau listened to us. They'll be requiring mandatory testing for all incoming international travelers, putting in place stronger quarantine requirements and isolation measures, and suspending flights to some destinations until April. However, it looks like these new measures won't be fully in place until a few weeks from now. That's a few weeks too long. That's why today our government is taking swift and decisive action. We're releasing a 6-point plan to stop the spread of COVID-19 variants. This plan will act as a first line of defense against new variants of this virus. As part of this plan, Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health will issue a Section 22 order to require mandatory testing for all incoming international travelers at Pearson Airport effective Monday at noon. And as soon as possible, we will have additional testing measures at land border crossings. I want to thank the GTAA for stepping up to support this new measure at Pearson Airport. They've been amazing partners, and thank you again. Mandatory testing will serve as a stopgap until the new federal measures are fully in place, because we can't take any chances. We need to screen every single person who's coming into the country and into Ontario for these new variants. For the sake of our long-term care homes, schools, and hospitals, for the sake of everyone.
Ontario is reporting 1,837 new cases of COVID-19 today and 58 more deaths related to the virus. Health Minister Christine Elliott says that there are 595 new cases in Toronto, 295 in Peel, and 170 in the York region. More than 69,000 tests were completed since Ontario's last daily update. The province also says that 51 cases of the UK variant of the coronavirus have been identified in Ontario so far. Meanwhile, Ontario says that 10,215 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine were administered since Thursday's daily report. A total of 327,000 doses of a vaccine have been administered thus far. There have been 264,300 confirmed cases of the novel coronavirus in Ontario since the pandemic began. Of those cases, 237,000 have been resolved and 6,072 people have died in the province from the virus. The COVID-19 modeling figures released today demonstrates that Ontarians are on their way to successfully flattening the curve by the continued adherence to the province's public health measures. However, despite this positive report, we are not in the clear as of yet. Unfortunately, a new and highly contagious variant of COVID-19 is now circulating in Ontario, putting the province's critical care capacity at risk once again. The rate at which this variant rapidly spread throughout Roberta Place in Barrie shows the devastating and unforgiving toll that this variant can take. At this stage of the pandemic, with healthcare workers exhausted and minimal surge capacity left in the system, we must not lose the focus. Almost 25% of ICU beds are occupied by COVID-19 patients, and more than half of ICUs across the province are full or have only 1 or 2 beds left. On January the 28th, Ontario added 2,093 COVID-19 positive cases and reported 56 deaths. Today, the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced the second installment of the Safe Return to Class Fund to ensure students, teachers, and staff have the support they need to stay safe and healthy throughout this difficult school year. The second installment of up to $1 billion is provided to the provinces and the territories and can be used for various measures such as supporting adapted learning spaces and remote learning, improving air ventilation, increasing hand sanitization and hygiene, purchasing personal protective equipment, and cleaning supplies, as well as providing health and safety training for staff. Provinces and territories will continue working alongside local school boards and administering the funding to ensure the safety of all students and staff members during the pandemic. So far this month, Ontario's provincial offences officers have visited 1,147 big box stores and other essential retail businesses and will be visiting more than 400 additional stores this weekend in Toronto, Hamilton and Kitchener-Waterloo. The inspections are designed to ensure businesses are following the public health guidelines and properly protecting workers and customers from COVID-19. So far this year, 112 tickets have been issued to businesses and individuals during these inspection campaigns. Today, the Ontario Chamber of Commerce released the 5th Annual Ontario Economic Report, providing the latest data on Ontario's economy and business confidence, highlighting the unprecedented year that was 2020 and the unpredictability that lies in the years ahead. Public policymakers looking at strategies to support Ontario's long-term economic recovery will benefit from the findings outlined in the OCC's flagship annual report. The 2021 OER uncovers the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on small businesses and entrepreneurs, as well as specific regions, sectors, and demographics, highlighting the major vulnerabilities and opportunities Ontario will face in the year ahead. Sault Ste. Marie Chamber of Commerce CEO Rory Ring notes that while today's OER confirms much of what they have been hearing from their members, he's encouraged that respondent feedback also supports local chamber undertakings. By this time next week, we could all be in shoveling mode. Winter is about to return to normal in northeastern Ontario. A fairly large storm system currently sitting in the Pacific Ocean is on track to move into the Sault Ste. Marie area by next Thursday. According to forecast models from both Europe and the US, a series of storm systems are marching inland on the west coast and tracking across the country. Most of these storms have bypassed Sault Ste. Marie, leaving us with one of the least snowiest winters to date. Currently, on average, there's about 20 to 25 centimeters on the ground. Compared to an average snowfall accumulation for our area, we should be seeing closer to 75 to 80.
Well, we will definitely add to our snow totals next week, but this weekend, hey, it looks pretty nice. I'll have all your details and an update on that big winter storm coming right after this.
Together, we can reduce the spread of COVID-19. Went grocery shopping? Fill the car with gas? Picked up a prescription? Wash your hands often to help reduce the spread of germs. It can save lives. A message from the Government of Canada.
Do your part to help stop the spread of COVID-19. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Cough into your elbow, not into your hand or in the air. Avoid touching your face, eyes, and mouth. Keep your distance from people. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. If you're feeling sick, please just stay home. Do the 5 and keep others alive. Help stop the spread of COVID-19.
As night falls, 37 million Canadians turn out their lights and settle down for the night. But as we sleep, there's something interesting going on. House hippos have returned to Canadian homes, but they're extremely hard to spot. They enjoy admiring their reflections, hoarding socks, helping themselves to your devices, and annoying your pets. It looks like Canada has a house hippo problem.
Or do we? We brought back the house hippo to show how easy it is to be fooled in our digital world. Find out how to tell what's real and what's not at breakthefake.ca.
Back everyone. Well, just like yesterday, we started the day today with lots of sun, and now we're starting to see some of the cloud build in. We'll take a look at the board for tonight, and it is going to be a cold one tonight. Minus 20, that's the actual temperature. That's not wind chill. We're going to have some clouds thicken up tonight. We don't anticipate any flurries here in the city. Might be some out by the airport, but it is going to feel very cold with just a slight wind at minus 28 for the wind chill by tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at around the area. And again, we have a wedge of cold air and it's sitting in place. Temperatures minus 16 here in the Sault to minus 20 tonight, minus 20s along the North Shore. Pretty much the same story as it's been all week, as we have that high pressure in the area, warming up a tad bit in Thunder Bay at -13. So let's take a look at the satellite. We'll show you what's going on. This is a wedge of cold air sitting over us right now. Mainly clear conditions. We are seeing some clouds develop over the lake, and that's what's going to be pushing in later tonight, but we don't anticipate any snow from that. This system here, again, is going to brush by Michigan. Don't have to worry about that one this weekend. It's next weekend. And we'll take a look and show you what I mean. This is for next Thursday. This is that big storm. The pressure is deepening. So as it moves towards the Great Lakes, that pressure is deepening. That means stronger winds. And you can see the isobars around this system. So not only are you going to see a lot of snow, but we're going to see a lot of blowing snow, maybe even blizzard conditions if this thing even gets worse as it approaches. We'll take a look at Thursday night as it even comes closer. You can see we're on the mix of rain and snow. The rain has again built into the forecast. That could change. Next week again, we could be all snow, but right now we're seeing a mix of rain and snow, which will actually reduce our snow amount. So it's actually a good thing, but it's that low pressure system deepening. And if we move into Friday, this is what it looks like, folks. A lot of wind around this low pressure system. That low again is deepening, and we could see a lot of lake effect. We could see showers, freezing rain. We could see the whole gamut from the storm. Definitely going to watch this one over the weekend, see how it develops. But for right now, we are right in its path. So let's take a look and enjoy the weather we're going to have this weekend. Taking a look at the next 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, not looking bad at all. Temperatures moderating a little bit at -6, -7 for Sunday. A mix of sun and clouds thickening up on Monday. Temperatures holding steady at -7. Taking a look at the rest of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday look dry. Temperatures warming up as we start picking up a southerly flow from that system as it approaches. And then bang, we start seeing the rain, the snow. And you can see the temperatures on Thursday reaching the freezing mark. We could even get up to +2 on Thursday. That's where we could see the rain. It all comes down to the timing on this system and what we are going to see from it. But it's going to be a long one. It's going to last Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Could leave us with 30+ centimeters of snow. So enjoy this weekend while we have this nice weather. That's it for now. Colette and Jacob Moore are back with sports right after this.
École publique École des Rapides, a place where your child can learn, grow, and be happy. Discover why more and more families are choosing École publique École des Rapides for their child. Register your child from January 18th to the 22nd.
Nice is not one place or thing. It's a mosaic, a global village, a pickup game. We pass the puck to be nice.
Nice is for a moment putting down your dystopian novel in a Muskoka chair, opening your eyes knowing this world can be
Nice is celebrating traditions and welcoming newcomers in over 200 languages. I say nice, you say?
Génial, le français de côte à côte, allant du Joal jusqu'au Chiac. L'hiver est tellement beau, mais attache ta tuque parce qu'il fait frais.
That's just like feeder tails, ketchup, chips, and I'm on balls with every local bakery debating the raisins make butter toss.
Nice is parsing science, the environment, inventions, innovations like insulin, pacemakers, and basketball.
Nice is honoring our elders, educating for the future, acknowledging this land, respecting those who've always been here.
Génial, c'est la fierté de nos défilés, la gaieté dans nos villages, c'est d'enfin toucher à la coupe, puis goûter au sirop d'érable.
Nice is the rock in the Rockies, wide as the prairie sky, as high as Niagara Falls. Hey dude, check out our side!
Nice is celebrating Viola Desmond and Klondike Kate, Emily Stowe, Rita Joe, and all the women who make this great place.
Nice is an Alberta steak.
Une bonne poutine après les bars.
Dim sum with family.
Arctic char.
Kissin' the Cotto Graph. Nice is a secret code. We trained the world to call us, so they visit other places because Canada, nah, it's just nice.
Nice is we the North, we the champs, we the red and the white. We see the rise, not just nice. This is Canada.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Is going to a party really worth it? Putting yourself at risk puts everyone at risk. Help limit the spread of COVID-19.
to the sports show with Jacob and Colette. It's Friday.
Woohoo! We made it through the week.
We did, TGIF, brother. We are here today to do an NHL highlights. That's all we're doing today. There is so much hockey going on right now.
It has been absolutely crazy in the NHL so far.
Good crazy.
Good crazy.
We're both
100%.
hockey nuts, and we're both Leaf fans. So let's dive right into last night's game, where the Leafs were victorious once again. Thank goodness. And Austin Matthews is on fire. He's finding the back of that net every game.
You know what? Scored the game winner off a great power play, which I'll get into that in a second. Great screen by Wayne Simmons, which one thing I'm loving to seeing. It's not just the Leafs top six that's playing well. Yep. Their bottom six looks great.
Yes.
But back to that power play.
11 minutes, by the way. 11 minutes of penalty time.
Penalties.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, that is.
A whole bunch of soft calls, especially slash on Kerfoot, which then ended up leading to a tripping penalty for Hyman, which then led to the first of Draisaitl's goals.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. They're trying to call it strict early in the season, but this is just ridiculous. Like, put the whistles away.
Yeah.
At least it was called evenly on both teams. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But besides that, I was just frustrated. It ruined the flow. Both Matthews and McDavid said that. And do you really want the two top-tier players saying they couldn't get a flow in a game?
Absolutely not.
No, you don't.
It disrupts the game with the whistles. Put the whistles away, refs. Come on, let's go. Let the boys play their game.
Agreed.
There was an awesome quote that Spezza said, and it said, "Winning breeds confidence, and we're starting to believe we can win every night, and we believe in you." We do. There's
Spezza, 2 points that game too, going an assist.
Yeah, right. Spezza.
He does not look 37 on the ice at all.
No, he doesn't. Okay, let's go over to the Senators and the Canucks, because I'll tell you what, even though the Senators did not win, the final score I believe was 4-1. It was a crazy amount of shots on net, to be exact, 36-25 in favor of the Senators. Explain, mister.
You know what? I feel bad for the Senators. They've only won one game this season. Everyone's going on that the team's a disaster.
Yeah.
They're not playing that bad. I mean, Matt Murray's got to get better.
Yeah.
But besides that, I feel the team's not playing as badly as what their record shows.
Yeah.
Like Matt Murray with under a 9 save percentage and over 4 goals against average, that's got to change. You're paying him almost $6.5 million and he's not making those saves.
Is that all?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, I think the Senators are still on the right path. And if I'm a Vancouver fan, put the party hats away. You swept the Sens. You didn't even play 60 minutes in all 3 of those games.
Yeah.
Slow your roll. I'm a Leaf fan. I know what it's like to not play a full 60 minutes.
Slow your roll, Canucks. Slow your roll. Okay, let's. Now we've had a divisional showdown shift. With the realignment this year. So the new divisions are named Scotiabank, Honda, Discover, Mass Mutual. These are sponsorships because there's nobody in the seats making money, right? So because there's so much hockey going on, we're going to break down each division starting on Monday, Jacob, just to really get the expert's opinion and mine, I guess I'll throw in there too. Why not? So we're going to highlight those division names, but let's talk right now about the Edmonton Oilers. What do you have to say, mister?
The Oilers are one of the most frustrating teams in the NHL.
I can tell. I feel your frustration.
McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent-Hopkins, Yamamoto, Nurse, Larson on the defense, which you would think, I'm running off those 6 players.
Yeah.
You think they'd have a good record?
Yeah.
You would assume?
Yeah.
They're 3-6.
But Edmonton's been like that for a while. On paper, they've got a ton of names on there. Like you just said, you have this craziness.
And
what's going on?
I think it is. Their bottom 6 is not performing the way they need to be. You look at a team like Toronto, and in their past 5 games, someone from the bottom 6 has scored. Edmonton is not getting that. And that's a huge problem. And Koskinen is playing every game. I get Mike Smith is injured. I get they're worried about playing the backup, but it's not like Koskinen's playing amazing. Get that backup going in, see what he can do. You never know what you're going to get until you try him.
Okay, you heard it here first. Now, Toronto is playing tonight, and they're playing the Oilers. What's your prediction? Or tomorrow night. They're playing tomorrow night. I'm ahead of myself. What's your prediction?
It's going to be a low-scoring game, but I think the Leafs are going to take it again. I'm going to say 3-2 Toronto.
Okay, and the Red Wings are playing Florida.
I'm going to say Florida over the Wings, 3-2 or maybe 4-2.
All right. Now, before we leave you for today, we want you to name our sports show. You've received a couple names.
I've received a couple names from Trevor in Ottawa. We have 705 Sports Updates.
Love that one.
And then Sean from Bowmanville. We have Sioux Sports Net. So anyone who wants to, send in the names and we'll figure it out. And have a good one, and we'll see you Monday.
Enjoy your sports.
The COVID-19 pandemic in Canada is serious. We must continue to practice all public health measures. Follow local guidelines for gatherings. Maintain physical distancing. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and download the COVID Alert app. If you have symptoms, even mild ones, stay home. Protect yourself and others. We've come too far to stop now.
A message from the Government of Canada.
Nice is not one place or thing. It's a mosaic, a global village, a pickup game. We pass the puck to be nice.
Nice is for a moment putting down your dystopian novel in a Muskoka chair, opening your eyes knowing this world can be
Nice is celebrating traditions and welcoming newcomers in over 200 languages. I say nice, you say?
Génial, le français de côte à côte, allant du Joual jusqu'au Chiac. L'hiver est tellement beau, mais attache ta tuque parce qu'il fait frais.
That's just like beaver tails, ketchup, chips, and I'm balls with every local bakery debating the raisins make butter toss.
Nice is parsing science, the environment, inventions, innovations like insulin, pacemakers, and basketball.
Nice is honoring our elders, educating for the future, acknowledging this land, respecting those who've always been here.
Génial, c'est la fierté de nos défilés. La gaieté dans nos villages, c'est d'enfin toucher à la coupe, puis goûter au sirop d'érable.
Nice as the rock in the Rockies, wide as the prairie sky, as high as Niagara Falls. Hey dude, check out our side.
Nice is celebrating Viola Desmond and Klondike Kate, Emily Stoll, Rita Joe, and all the women who make this great place
Nice is an Alberta steak.
Une bonne poutine après les bars.
Dim sum with family.
Arctic Charm.
Kissin' the Cotto Grap. Nice is a secret code we trained the world to call us, so they visit other places because Canada, nah, it's just nice.
This is we the North, we the champs, we the red and the white. We see the rise, not just nice. This is Canada.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
In a wonderfully spirited and giving gesture, Gliss Restaurant has stepped up to help a local family. Gliss Restaurant will be donating $5 from every entree sold this weekend to the family of the late Carlos Arruda. Please visit SueOnline.com for more information. A charge was laid in the collision, which occurred during the morning of January the 27th. Sault Ste. Marie Police Communications Manager Lincoln Laudit gave the details of the crash to Sue Online, saying that the black SUV was northbound on Peoples Road when the white car was westbound on 3rd Line and stopped at a stop sign. The white car turned left into the path of the black SUV. The driver of the SUV was transported to hospital with minor injuries, and the driver of the white car was charged with fail to yield under HTA. According to Tessa Vecchio, the communications manager for the city of Sault Ste. Marie, she said the driver of the black SUV has since been released from hospital. On January the 27th, officers with the Technological Crime Unit charged 60-year-old Kenneth Newell with making available child pornography. It is alleged between September 2020 and January 21 that the accused was involved in sharing child pornography through an online platform. At 10 a.m., officers executed a search warrant at a residence in the 100 block of Albert Street East. A subsequent search found the accused to be in possession of child pornography. The accused was located in the residence and arrested. He is charged with making available child pornography and possession of child pornography. Martin Falls First Nation and Webequie First Nation are taking the necessary next steps to study the potential for road infrastructure development in Ontario's remote north. The two First Nations today announced that SNC Lavalin and Dillon Consulting have been selected to complete an environmental assessment on a proposed all-season road that will link the two remote First Nations and connect to emerging mining sites in the Ring of Fire area. The environmental assessment report will be completed and to meet both the federal and provincial environmental assessment requirements under a coordinated process pursuant to the Impact Assessment Act and Ontario Environmental Assessment Act. It is anticipated that the environmental assessment studies will take at least 3 years to complete. On January the 28th at approximately 7 o'clock in the morning, members from the East Algoma Ontario Provincial Police assisted the East Algoma Crime Unit, the Organized Crime Enforcement Bureau, Northeast Canine Unit, and the Northeast Community Street Crime Unit in the execution of a Controlled Drugs and Substances Act search warrant at a residence on Park Road within the community of Mississauga First Nation. A search of the residence led to the seizure of over 18 grams of suspected crack cocaine, over 14 grams of suspected crack cocaine, and 2 grams of suspected crystal meth, drug paraphernalia, cell phones, and over $400 in Canadian currency. The value of the drug seized is believed to be approximately $6,000. Trey Gold, age 18, from Scarborough, Jeremy Bernard, age 18, both were accused and released by way of an undertaking and are scheduled to appear before the Ontario Court of Justice in Blind River on April the 1st. A 15-year-old from Blind River was also charged. The accused was released by way of an undertaking and is scheduled to appear before the Ontario Court in Blind River on April the 8th. Premier Doug Ford issued a statement this morning to commemorate the anniversary of the tragic shooting at the Islamic Cultural Centre in Quebec City. Ford expressed his condolences by saying that today we all join the Muslim community in Ontario and across the country in honoring the memory of the victims who were murdered in a senseless act of terrorism and violence at the Islamic Cultural Centre in Quebec City 4 years ago. He went on to say that alongside their families and members of their community as they continue to struggle with this tragic loss, we all stand together with them and renew our commitment to defend our fundamental right as Canadians to worship freely. He said that our government believes every person has the right to practice their faith free of violence and fear. Islamophobia and hate have no place in this society. May we continue to stand united in our desire to build a more open and inclusive province for all. So, Craig, I'm super happy that this weekend's going to be nice, but you are scaring me about next weekend's storm.
It's very scary. I'm scaring myself.
Okay, great. That's not good.
This storm, it keeps on deepening and deepening, and as it deepens, it gets worse and worse, and that's what's happening right now. And we're on track for a big storm next Friday. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you are too. But thanks for joining us tonight for Friday, January 29th. Stay tuned for more sports, weather, and news coming right up.